Good morning. Hello from myself and from Sir Franklin, Prince Frankie. Frankie, he looks scolded. He is a dog that he's not an alpha dog and he's not a beta dog. He's a delta dog. He just, if you work him too hard, like in training, he gets heartbroken. This is interesting because there are some personalities, and you can look it up. You can take a free personality test online. It's called 16personalitiesfreetest.com. 16personalities.com. Anyway, they have a free test. Then, of course, you can pay for this package that tells you more about the personality, but don't waste your money, in my opinion. Oopsie. I used to drop things and it was the end of the world. I would just cuss my life. I love being free from all that self-judgment and just sudden flash of shame of not being enough, not being worthy. I hope everyone out there watching understands that you too can have that freedom. I was watching briefly one of Caesar's animal shows. He's got a series. He's had several series. Well, now he has a series out that I hadn't seen before, so I don't know how old it is. I thought it was relatively new. Not new maybe, but I don't know. I'd have to look at it to see what the dates are. I think they're 2002, 2003. I get some of this. I was outside, and because Chrissy gave me these wipes, I've been doing this quick wash when I come in. I wish I had thought of it myself a long time ago, but I did not. So thank you, Chrissy, again for all my little prizes that you got me. She's always been a good gift giver. Oh, anyway, back to personalities. So he pointed out that in a pack, the pack will figure out on its own. The pack will figure out who's the alpha and who comes in second, third, and fourth. Pecking order. They will figure out their own pecking order. And I don't remember what he called it, but there are certain dogs that fit into certain categories, kind of like the Myers-Briggs personality test. Certain dogs fit into. As a matter of fact, I'm going to look a little more into it. My dog is not built to be an alpha. He's not built to be the Lion King. He's built to be an enforcer or a knight, not a king, because he doesn't make good decisions. And if you ask him to do anything other than what he's designed to do, it hurts him. It confuses him, and he looks like he just can't measure up. Think about that as being a human being, right? You know how I found this out? I thought he was trying to be alpha. I thought he was trying to be the protector. I thought he was trying to, and he's also so loving. I thought I had his personality all sorted out until I got the awakening of, so sad, of picking him up after a 2-week training. Cost about $3,000 altogether, I think. And he was losing hair. His hair was dull. He was shy. And his ears were in a position of, why am I here? It was heartbreaking. I hardly heard anything the trainer was saying because it was so obvious the trainer did not get to know my dog. He did not get to know my dog. He didn't he didn't train he didn't reframe his behavior, like how he would charge after people and how he would get locked into barking. He didn't even comment on that stuff. And that's the only two things I took him to. He said, well, he was so easy to train on this, this, and this. I'm like, dude, you didn't even read the papers. I told the owner 2 different times, there's no sense in me bringing him if you can't work on these 2 issues. That's it. These 2 issues, that's it. He already knows how to sit, lay down, come. He already knows his name. He's already housebroken. He's already a good eater. He's got everything going that I need from him, except for these 2 issues that make him very hard to live with. I was so livid that I had to protect my dignity by not asking for my money back because I couldn't do it with class at the time. It's kind of like finding out someone abused your child. You don't want to just go and confront them and then ask them how they can make it right. You want to go punch them in the throat or worse. And I couldn't believe how the spirit, it took some time for me to get my dog's chipper, happy, carefree personality back, which he gets back in seconds. Like, he can look like this and sulk and look sad, but as soon as I get up, he just springs up and, you know, when he feels like it. But his personality is, he's very emotional, right? Well, there for a while, he was just flat sad. Now, when you take in comparison and how humans are very similar, I don't know what makeup. You know what? I have so much makeup, I don't know which one I want to use. I've got to stop this shopping madness. I think it's so exciting how Temu has all these makeups that are imitations, because they're not cooking up these recipes by themselves. They're buying leftovers. I'm sure of it. It's the cheapest way to get makeup is to buy leftovers. All the manufacturers are making their stuff in China, right? What do you think they do with their leftovers? When they don't fill their bottles, they're filling someone else's bottles. That's what they're doing. So don't fool yourself. Oh, I should have used something I knew that was going to look a whole lot more natural, but I've had this for so long that I missed how it felt on my face, so I decided to use it. I like how it feels on my face. This was one of my shockers. This makeup was one of the makeups that really shocked me. Ready? It's CoverGirl. I know, right? See if it'll pick it up. Sometimes I can't tell on this. It doesn't show the focus, but it's CoverGirl. And I don't have my glasses on. True Blend. I love how it feels on my skin. And it blends so easy. Blends really easy. But of course it's the wrong color for me to be out in the yard. That's all right. Whatever. Who cares? Who cares? If someone's coming over to my house judging my makeup, I'm feeling so spicy today, I just might let them know my opinion about something. Keep in mind, I do love God, so I will behave a little bit. I won't be a total jerk. But I'm feeling spicy today. Why? So, plumbing issues. What looked like a little leak turns out that it has been a little leak under the floor, under the shower for years, and there's wood that's wet and rotten. And so first it all has to be dried out for who knows how long that's going to take. And then someone's going to come in and give an estimate on fixing the structural stuff. And then we'll have someone to kind of rebuild the bathroom. And I also, because I was so stressed out on dealing with the insurance, trying to work, take care of business, because I do everything for my small business myself except for billing. I make a lot of the calls. I do all the notes, all the filing, all the research, and I used to have assistants for that. But when I thought I cut back on work and decided not to reopen when I moved here, anyway, running the household, I had to work over at my mother-in-law's house. And where I come from, you know, you have a potted plant. Oh, so anyway, I had all this stress going on, and I decided to smoke a cigarette. After seeing so many clients in a row, I went out back to catch my breath, to just kind of cleanse the brain, say a prayer. I do that a lot in between, sometimes during seeing a client. And so I put the cigarette out in a planter, took all the tobacco off of it, so I had just the naked cotton butt, and threw that away in the trash can in the kitchen. Well, then after I got done working, which was about another 15-20 minutes, we went out, got a bite to eat, came home, and evidently where I put the cigarette out in that planter, that wasn't dirt, it was mulch. I don't know, some people here in this area just don't use black dirt. I thought it was black dirt, and I set that planter on fire, evidently, and it burnt part of the porch railing. So I've been sick for a couple days. And what's weird is, it's as awful as it was, as close call as it was, thank God she saw the fire. By the time we got home, it had actually started to flame, instead of just burning embers. Ugh. What a nightmare, right? So, turns out she was able to put it out fairly quickly with some pans of water. And on rare occasion, do I not walk her all the way into the house. I mean, that just doesn't usually happen, for me to not walk her all the way into the house. So that was weird. And she went in, like we always do, to the kitchen, and was able to take care of business. I can tell you that embarrassing isn't even able to explain how I felt. But one of the things, speaking of personality types, one of the things that I noticed is that because I've done a lot of my mental health work appropriately, I'm not feeling the deep shame that I used to. So when you think about how some people behave, there are some people who can be trained to be better, different type of dog in the pack. And there are some people that you can help them feel safe where they are in the pack, but they're still going to be that position in the pack, whether you allow them to be that position or not. I was able to go from feeling like pond scum below, but I'm a natural, strong personality, which I always fought overshooting or undershooting. So it's fascinating to me that I was able to go through this horrible experience, all this stress, and still be fairly healthy, fairly level-minded. I gotta change the angle of this camera one of these days, because I noticed recently, I don't usually watch my videos before I post them. I just go by how I felt after I do the video on whether I delete it or add it. And I do need to I wish I had a ponytail holder in here. I do need to let you know that I noticed that the angle is so high that most of the time you see my bottom teeth a lot. And it's to the side to where you don't really see me putting on makeup at all. I'm sorry. Yeah, sorry about that. So anyway, I find it interesting. So when we're dealing with someone and we're feeling sorry for them because they're living in shame, or they can't seem to stand on their own 2 feet, or they feel so much self-pity, it's hard to divide what they're capable of and what they're not capable of. Or if they are capable of something, it's short-term because it's not really their personality type. It's not really their place. Like that dog trainer tried to get my dog to be an alpha. Not an alpha over humans, but to have that confident personality and do this and do that and do this and do that. If I go through those kind of exercises, I only have to do training with my dog for 3 minutes, 5 minutes, and then he's checking out. He's starting to feel like I'm not happy with his behavior. He's not a Malinois. Malinois? Belgian Malinois? Malinois? You know what I mean. They're strong, smart, willing to please, eager to please, go-getters. Not this one. This one just wants to know that I'm happy. And if I'm training him, obviously I'm not happy because he's not doing it well enough and he gets discouraged. Interesting, right? Well, how many people do you know that are like that? Oh, men especially, very fragile egos. Women if they've been abused, but men, even if they're healthy, that is their personality. If you have proven to them through word or deed that they have not been able to please you, it wears on their personality. And then it's not, people say, don't blame the victim. Victim blaming. I'm not victim blaming. I'm telling you the science of it. When a man is not feeling like, you're never going to believe this. I am one of those people. I don't care where I live. All the strays, all the ones that got lost, ventured out of their gates, whatever, end up at my house. I've had 2 farm dogs that the farmers finally had to say, look, my dog wants to be with you. Do you want him? Yeah. Right? That dog will find the owner that's going to give it what it needs. That's nature. It's a watershed. It breaks my heart. But it's true. I can't believe what that family looked like. But they were busy farmers. They didn't play with the dog. They wanted it to be a working dog. But that dog, all it wanted was its little girl to love it. Oh yeah, I was like in second grade, and this dog would break log chains, they said, to come to my house. Chokes me up. It was just, I love that dog. Oh my God. Great big white, what's that dog called? It's a great big dog, and it's usually black with some brown on the face. Not a Rottweiler. It had the hair like a Saint Bernard. Oh, you see them. They're just the sweetest dogs. Anyway, people are like that too. You have to, if you care about somebody, you have to kind of take your time and figure out. I'm going to open something from Temu. I've got some bags here. I'm going to actually do a Temu haul. But I need to... What? All that shopping therapy. I'm telling you what. I don't know what this is. I still need to finish my makeup. That's a cute little box. This cute little box reminds me of some fancy makeup I used to get a long time ago. Bobbi Brown or something. Okay. Oh, it's a... Oh, yeah, I remember ordering this. It's a blush. It would go with this brown eyeshadow. I think I'm going to try it. Let's try it. I love buying myself stuff. I love Christmas. I used to hate gift. I told you that in my last video. It's just, I was beating myself for all this shopping therapy, and I was thinking, you know what? I've finally gotten into a place in my life where I'm really enjoying exploring this experience. You know, not everyone can afford to do this. And I'm not rubbing it in. I'm just saying, this is the first time in my life that I have gotten to a place, I'm not talking financially, I'm talking mentally, where, what do you think? It's matte. It's matte. I love that. I was out of blush. I've been using eyeshadow for blush for so many years that it's just so exciting. And I know I got another color of it. Because it's just so dang handy. I mean, why would I waste my time and space buying blush when I have all these eyeshadow palettes that have blush built right in them? And I can use the darker stuff too for eyeshadow. I'm just so lucky that I just love this little boxes. Okay. So it's like the color's maybe like an inch and a half. Okay, so what color is this? Very close. I remember thinking they were very natural looking colors. This one's just a little more pink. But I like it because it's like a universal color. Let me show you these side by side. This is how close they are. Yeah, I put this one on. But see, I'm naturally rosy right in here. So that's why I don't go with orange. Let's just add a little more of this right here. If I put color here, it kind of takes away from this, because my face is already oval, so I don't need something doing that. I'm not that dramatic of a person, so I'll cut it off, I think, a little bit by bringing it here. I don't know. I'm not no makeup artist. Anyway, so I was in conversation with someone. We were talking about how men are different from women. And I'm going to tell you what I think is very sad. I think it's very, very sad that people really think that men and women are supposed to think the same. They're like, well, all I said was he wasn't... Oh, yeah, okay. This could be anybody, so I'm not trying to point out anybody who had this conversation with me. I'm just saying this is a universal conversation. Okay. All I said was that he was snoring and it kept me up all night. Well, when a man hears that, it's kind of like telling a woman that she looks fat in that dress. A woman's mind has a hard time wrapping around that, because what she's hearing is, how could you be, or what she's how could you be so cruel to me? My God, what's next? Are you going to hit me? What about all the other times I wore this dress or dresses like this? How fat do I really look? What do you mean by fat? Will I ever be skinny enough for you? I mean, they're going through serious, serious questions in their head. Well, when you tell a man, not everybody reacts the same based on their own childhood attachment styles, how they were treated as a child. What the heck is this? This is sealed up really nice. Okay, let's see what happens. Break through that plastic. So a man who's told, you kept me up all night, he's thinking, why didn't you wake me up? You know I'm your knight in shining armor. What have I done to make you not trust me? And I can't believe I made my queen lose sleep. I must be the lowest rung on the ladder. I must be pawn scum. What is this? What could this possibly be? I don't know, because I can't read that language. Let's see what it is. I can tell you that I don't know what this is. But I think it's the final lipstick I was going to try, because I just cannot seem to make a match on my lipstick. Smells a little bit like a crayon. My lips are so dry. Well, I don't know. I don't know. I'm telling you, I don't know. So here's the deal is, get to know your dog. Get to know your partner. What is it that really makes them, like when I try to get Frankie out of bed, you'll notice he's not moving. If he knows I'm going to be in here, he knows I'm going to stay in here. So when I say, all right, get out of here, you're whining. Somehow he gets heavier. And I have to actually get up and open that back door for him to, and then you'll watch him. He springs up and darts off, because the next thing he's thinking is, I'm going to be with mama. I'm going to be with mama. And then I'm always, when he comes in the room, I always say, hi, honey, how's my puppy? How's my puppy? See, he knows. When I'm talking on the phone like this, he knows to not even put any effort into it anymore, because he'll eventually be ignored. But he knows every time I go into a new, this is just a cream eyeshadow that Rose turned me on to. He knows when he comes into a room where I'm at, I celebrate. So there are certain things he will do without thinking. But there are certain things that he'll do because that's how his personality. It doesn't matter anymore how he was treated by someone else. I get to know him based on how other people have treated him, his behaviors, like any human's past. They're like, oh, well, his ex abused him, but I'm not. I know. I'm not blaming you for being frustrated. I'm frustrated too. But it's not going to change the fact that, what do you think of that? I don't know. I know it's not blush. So, Sand Summer Beauty Makeup, Princess's Beautiful Mood, 01. Function, glossy. This is not glossy. So that's why I think it's saying stop using immediately if you have a reaction to it. I really do believe that this is a lip product, and I really believe that you can very often, if you look hard enough, find the dupe. And it's not always a high-end. People associate dupes with high-end imitations. They're very often, dupes are 99-cent products that are leftover Lancome. You just never know. The packaging like this is not cheap packaging. This is not cheap foiling. This is not cheap packaging. It's smart packaging. The quality of this cardboard is good. So sometimes, what I believe, I've been told, I don't know, is it's like if I packaged a product, I had my nice bottles, I had my nice product, but I knew the product and the bottles don't always meet at the end and together. So I have this little factory over here that takes odds and ends. So I'm going to help support their packaging. We'll just give it a different design. I'm going to support their bottles. They'll be very similar to mine because the factory that makes my bottles, I'll just have them tweak it a little bit and supply them with bottles. And I'll just give them odds and ends, and they can put labels on them, or they can. So, but I don't have to promise them so much. Like this could, you could have so many and then it's just a sticker on the bottom. Every package, every one of these is going to be the same, just a different color and a different little sticker on the bottom. And little sticker right here. I told you, LA Nails, that's how I learned about that. I was in beauty school, cosmetology school. I don't know if I'm going to keep that. I don't know if I'm going to keep both of these, but I'm going to keep the boxes until I make that decision. Because you have time to... Oh, mascara. Shoot. I want to get outside before it's 200 degrees out. I need a new mascara. Right when the mascara gets thick and heavy enough, dried up enough for me to be delighted with its performance, I know it's getting very close to time to get a fresh bottle out. And Frankie wants to go run. I've got a pasture around the corner that I take him to. which he really likes, and that's where we do some of his training. Sit, stay, place, lay down, break, make him heel. We do a lot of that. But he does all of that stuff fine. I just do it just to bond with him. He doesn't, it's not like he needs training, but dogs like to know that that you have their back. As long as you don't drill it in their head that they're not enough to make you happy. True story. Okay, I'm gonna say that. Packaging. Oh. Here's something else that I unwrapped. Lake rain. I've lived on the water before. You don't always want lake rain. I'm kidding. Anyway, I don't know what that's going to be. Well, let's take a look. Let's see if it's glossy. You know, it's almost matte. It's almost matte. But it's not exactly matte. This is Lake Rain Beauty Contour Bronzer Baked Foundation. This is sort of like that Laura Geller imitation. I'm going to wear this and see if it really does anything for me. This is the one for fair skin, I'm sure. We'll see what happens. All right, my dog's going to leave me. See, that's what he did. Frankie, do you still love me? Aw, I love you too, baby. All right, I'm going to go take him outside. I get a ponytail as well. All right, y'all. No one told you they love you today. I do. Oh, he's stretching. That was a rug underneath his feet. So, last word on personalities. So try, if you're impatient with somebody, try to get, I'm not saying it's going to change your relationship because there might be too much damage done. Who knows? But instead of trying to train them, try to get to know them to see what they actually have to offer. Because you can train them all you want, but it's going to be a constant probationary period. And then we all get tired of not living up to someone else's expectations. It's exhausting and it's demoralizing. Even if the person wanting you to change is correct. Even if you're right, it doesn't matter if you're right. So, I'm not saying anybody needs to break up. I'm saying cease fighting anything and anyone if it will bring you some peace. And unless you're in war time, real war time, I'm talking about at home. If it's possible for you to find peace, give yourself a chance to do that. Because I'll tell you, it saved my life, I'm sure. Cease fighting. I give. I'm going to say what I mean what I say, and don't say it mean. This is what I need. I'm not going to say something I don't mean. I'm not going to make threats I don't mean. I'm not going to sound ugly because I don't want to be ugly. Do I sound a little sarcastic? Do I sound a little edgy? Okay. But I'm not going to freak out like I used to. I'm not going to hurt myself or anyone else like I used to. Or whatever the story is for you, right? Because back in the day, if I were in a bad mood, I was in a bad mood all day long, and everybody that I ran into knew it. Today, I don't necessarily have that problem. And I love it. The freedom to not be ruled Ruled. God, dyslexia fucks me up. Sorry. Ruled. R-U-L-E-D. I don't like being ruled by other people. I don't like being ruled by my own out of control, irrational. I don't care if I have to act like a 7, 8, 9, or 10 when almost everybody else can handle it at a 1, 2, 3, or 4, maybe a 5. Then that my behavior is irrational if I'm way up here and everybody else is more level-headed, right? Let's just admit it. Where is my sunscreen? Did I not? Oh, I see. I gotta redo my makeup table. I need some body lotion up here. All right, y'all. Longest goodbye. Talk to you later. Bye for now.